Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Annie from Kiwi Crafting with a beautiful garden journal to show you today. This is a swap with a friend of mine from the Junk Journal Junkies Down Under. And I'm bringing you a Midori style journal today. It measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and has, I think it was approximately 25 sides to the middle, and so 50 in total, about 50. I've got this great idea of doing, instead of doing charms down the side, which I think if you're going to travel with this or take it away and put it in a bag or anything, it's handier to have a charm that you could take off if you like. So with this I have done the idea of a bracelet so that she can take this off if she would so like. Hang on, I'll just see if I can get it off for you. Oh. There we are. So this is a new little concept of just making it so that you can actually wear it. So then in the end of the day you can clip it back to your diary if you'd like, or journal. It's got some beautiful little things on it. A little butterfly, a heart, a little dragonfly, and lots of little crystals, beautiful little crystals, and moon. That's a moonstone. And I think back here was a freshwater pearl. So I kept it nice and colourful and in matching with the actual journal. So that's handy to have. I used some leather that I got from the local craft store and just stitched it up really with a sewing machine. So very easy to do. It was that patchwork idea, so patchwork Midori journal if you like, with the idea that it's just a eyelet and some elastic. So the whole thing is just held together with elastic. You can take the pages out if you like, with just a simple elastic closure. So I'll just double check I'm in frame here and make sure I get my lining up good, effective. That looks good. Inside it was actually sewn onto a manila folder, and then this is a beautiful serviette with hummingbirds on it that I thought looked really gorgeous. And inside pocket is a Project Life sleeve with a leaf, skeleton leaf inside of it. And this was a Tracie Fox idea of a tag on a tag, which I think is really gorgeous, and I loved it. So I thought I'd put two little butterflies and just some inking. And this stitching idea, this from Luna Rosu, her junk journals are really pretty, and she does this gorgeous stitching around that kind of, she wavers, and not just straight but wavers, and makes it look, you know, really obvious, and I really like that term. So thank you, I think it's Sheena for that one. And this is a Jenny Belly idea of folding pages over and keeping doing it right up the whole length of the page and actually just creating a little sleeve over your paper. This was one of those sample that you'd spray your perfume on for isemiyaki. So I thought that was absolutely pretty for my journal, and it would go really well in here. So next time you're in the chemist and they have these little sample pages, grab one. Oh, it's tucked into there over this side. This is another repurposed little patch satchel that had my paintbrushes in it that I just bought recently. So I just cut that off and once again sewed it within that slightly wonky idea. And I love this dandelion stamp that I've just got. It's gorgeous, and that just fits back in like that. Tracing paper sleeve with a paper leaf and some nice paper from Nepal, handmade paper, and the same here, handmade paper tag with ledger paper on the back and a nice little dragonfly stamp with that's just a little crocheted flower in there. And on this side I've got a little inked tag with, that's a little Mackie stamp. They're from Germany, Mackie stamps, and I love that. That's when I ordered some stamps from them. This is a little free one that they sent with the little brownies on it. So I thought that worked out gorgeously to put in there. More beautiful papers, some stamping, some handmade papers. I got this stamp from a lady in India. She had, I got some Indian ephemera and some cling stamps, and I really like that one. In All Things of Nature, there is something of the marvellous by Aristotle. So I put little quotes all the way through the journal. Some nice little cards for writing with tracing paper pocket. And this one, oh, I got these off from Digital Refugium, and of course usually it's much bigger, but for some reason my printer made them really tiny, but I thought they were so cute. And on the back you can write the seed's name and what have you, and I thought I'll just keep that one there, that size, because it's actually really cute. And I've used just a couple of trims on things, but not too many, because I've mainly done the idea of using a gardening magazine, which I think's come out really well. And this is Nick the Booksmith's idea of his Franken-Scrap tags, which I love, and I think it's worked out so well. And just using a brad instead of a hole, little stamp of New Zealand, and so this one worked. Yeah, it was really pretty. And then on the back is just some music paper, and once again a little Mackie stamp with a brownie on it, hanging from a tree. One of my gardening magazines, and more beautiful paper. Some stamping and a belly band, and just a nice little tag was once again there's my little brownie on the back, and just a little tag for writing in there. That's just a quote from a song by Cass Elliot, Dream a Little Dream of Me. Jenny Miller does this gorgeous idea of the quotes, which I really love, so thank you, Jenny, for that idea. I really like to put a few quotes in my journals. Come forth into the light of things, let nature be your teacher, from William Wordsworth. So that's another nice thing to pop on your tags too, when you're when you can pop them into your journals. And some just really nice pictures from some books that I have, roses, and more handmade paper from Nepal. Little fabric tip-in, another nice little tag, just a bit of writing space. I think that was origami paper. And a little file folder for writing on the edge of that card. These are some forests in America. More handmade paper with a little quote. Nature always wears the colour of the spirit. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Tracing paper tip-in and flowers. And a little quote from Claude Monet, and this is his water lily painting there, which is great. It's on a circle, so I just popped a doily on the back and some stamping. This was a great concept too. I made a envelope out of the gardening magazine, but I actually did it the right way up, so that the whole thing is all the right way up. It's not, whereas if you had the page and turned it, everything would be upside down. So this time, and there's a man's front in his pocket, but I'll probably stick something on that, but I thought that came out really pretty. More paper. Oh, and this is a little picture my daughter, 15-year-old daughter, drew for me, and I thought that would go so nicely in this. And a little mushroom. The wrapping paper, really nice wrapping paper. That's actually a pocket up the top, so you can put something in it. Some spray inking from the Distress range, and some other little pictures from the magazine. Paper, another great photo. This is more wrapping paper. I made it into a pocket. Oh, that had sorry, I took that out before. Nice little gardener's page out of a calendar. Pop that back in there. Flower from a magazine. You must go on a long journey before you can really find out how wonderful home is. Colouring book. I thought that was a really nice one. She can colour these birds in whichever colour she likes. And this is a hilarious book that I got. It's an American book, and she's gone all through these forests and photographed these birds that she's bought from the craft store, like stuffed birds. They sit there on these branches, and you sort of think they look really close up, and how she got so close, but of course they're actually not real. And this is a Martha Stewart stamp, that Flowers and Vines, I think it's called. And then on the other side of it, she's got these great specimen-looking ferns, and it's slightly shiny sort of paper, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but it comes up really well. Nice little owl. Oh, I might have to fix that one up. One of my little flowers. And a nice little bird. And this is the middle of the signature with just another really gorgeous picture from one of my tree magazines. Little tuck spot there, and a nice tag here with some bright fabric, and just some nice stamping on the back. Oh, the other side of the stuffed bird. There's one of the little stuffed birds there, colouring. This is wrapping paper, and in that goes this little one here, this gorgeous little picture of the two kissing budgies. So hopefully if that sits correctly, the little faces poke out. So I thought that was quite sweet. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the wind longs to play with your hair. And that's that Lavinia stamps that I've used, and some inking. Other side of that tree, there's a pocket up the top there. Wrapping paper, and just a nice little tag with a butterfly on the back, and another pocket with a leaf. The other side of my daughter's artwork, that's actually taken out of the folder that she drew it in. And there's that nice artichoke heart and the handmade paper, Monet. Oh, here's more of the crazy stitching on the crazy stamped or Frankenscrap paper with a little owl stamp and some homemade paper on the back. So I thought that's come out, and I've used the same artwork. It was a whole book that I ended up cutting up of flowers and just using the little pieces of them, and you just get to use the whole book up that way. Another little quote, look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better, Albert Einstein. A little mixed media tag with serviette on the back and a crochet doily there. Tracing paper. This was a nice bookmark from the painted by the Mouth People, and just used a tuck spot made out of a leaf picture, and there's a little tuck spot there so you can pop something in there if you need to. Nice little photo of a rose, and this is another one that pops out, and just the handmade paper. Oh, sorry, everything's all moving. It's my Mackie stamps and some tracing paper, and that's actually baking paper, this one. And this was the idea of doing watermarks sort of in a bit of embossing to give you a raised effect and a sort of a background. So I really liked that look. That came up really well. And once again, a tracing paper pocket from Project Life. Tracing paper over this nice paper here, the other side of that magnolia. Oh, and this was an idea from Eva from Bohemian Crafting, which I really liked, using the top of a can as your tab, which I thought was really pretty. So you back it and then use glossy accents in the inside, and it's really, really nice. And then it's this is homemade paper with a Lavinia stamp and some writing space on the back. Once again, a Project Life card with a serviette on it, and that one is a real leaf in there, and a nice little just living is not enough, one must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower, says Hans Christian Andersen. It's just a nice fold out envelope there. Some music paper with a doily and a nice flower design. Oh, this is a New Zealand Kia, which I thought was great. I got this stamp just recently at our latest scrapbook meeting, and it's beautiful on the back of the nice handmade paper. And this beautiful great big lace pocket with another Frankenscrap idea of the tags. So there's plenty of writing space on the back if you wanted. Nice little pink food colouring paper, and this is a little bird that I got from Aozi Designs over in England. Thanks Aozi for this lovely little bird. And there's some cards from Air New Zealand, I think these used to be, when they used to get cards on board the plane. So these, I think they got them from the thrift store for a couple of bucks, and stuck a nice serviette and some glitter on it, some glittery Mod Podge. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's really pretty. And just another little sample card in there. Doily and Villum. Oh, there's another card, just with a nice hummingbird on it, and the rest of my nice dandelion stamp. And on the back, a little tracing paper with a stamp inside it from New Zealand. And on the back, there's just plain, and that's how I've held, there's the elastic and just a little fastening there. And it all just closes up beautifully with this pink elastic. So there you have it. I hope you like that quick flip through of my Midori style garden journal. Thanks for watching. Bye.